Wow. I'm very, very impressed. I mean, you look at this package, it's like you got Impact meets CMLL meets Japan meets Ring of Honor. And it's very fucking cool to see that, man, because, you know, I don't remember any of the other All-In pay-per-views. I don't believe I watched this, but this was advertised pretty well on TV and on Facebook, so this was pretty cool. I mean, I really enjoyed this show, and it just goes to show you what a real fucking professional wrestling show is. You know, it was very cool to see that. You know, I mean, you look at it this way too. All these companies come together, and it's like, it's fun. It's a fun atmosphere. It's a fun time to be a wrestling fan. Like, it's Matt Cross being one of the best physical guys in this match too. It's like he's doing backflips and somersaults out of the ring onto MJ and just really having it out. There's one point where Matt wants to shake MJ's hand, and they shake hands, obviously, as a code of honor, I guess. And MJ puts up Matt's hand, then kicks him. And so that's when the match kind of all just takes off there. It was very cool to see that, you know. And it's interesting to see that we could have a really good wrestling match. And again, more of those later on in the night. You have the Cleaner, who definitely one of the biggest stars in Japan. And then you have this guy, Penta from Mexico. And this was a very good back and forth, this fun match to watch. Of course, Kenny Omega wins. And you can see Penta on the ground. And then the lights go out. The lights come back on. And other than that, this is Killer Carl, and welcome to... Hey, Matt here, in a different angle.
Yeah.
Welcome to another... it's Killer Kyle. Welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. The last installment of Look Back at You series 2018.
Yeah, we haven't set up like this in a long time. This was the original setup, basically. Back there, me here, you can see the closet back there. But yeah.
Yeah, I know I used to have a table on the side. And, yeah. Right there. No table no more. Anyways, we're gonna talk about All On, Ring of Honor, New Japan. I said CMLL in the video I did in 2018.
Right.
I think it's actually just AAA.
I believe so.
But...
yeah, there's a lot of big stars.
shit.
In this show. And this is the night history began.
Yes. I mean, when you look at what was to come in the following year,
yeah,
like, nobody knew what was going to happen.
No.
And this was the brainchild of Cody Rhodes and Young Bucks and
Omega.
Kenny Omega. Yes, yeah, and nobody knew what was gonna happen. It was like, well, you want to look at WrestleMania. For the very first WrestleMania was a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Starrcade was gamble.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So I know those four put all their chips in one basket, or whatever the saying is, and
All their eggs in one basket?
yeah, basically wanting to know if they could pull this off and then go from there. But I don't think they knew what there was yet.
No.
So this was a good show. At the time, obviously Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were a part of the Bullet Club in Ring of Honor.
Right.
You have Cody Rhodes, who was bouncing from company to company still. And yeah, Nick Aldis was the NWA champion.
Yes. There's something very, very particular I want to bring up when we get to that moment. Match.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But, anyways, let's get down to it. By the way, this show was in Chicago, Illinois.
Go
Bears! And of course, you had Road Warrior Animal
Yes.
in the beginning. I can't remember who else came out. Was it Paul Ellering?
I think it might have been just Animal.
Yeah. But what a fitting way to have him come out
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And yes, of course, at the time, WWE didn't have the pyro or anything
Yeah.
in WWE. Well, particularly Raw and SmackDown, so
Right.
AEW, sorry. Foul! Yeah, not AEW, that wasn't born yet, obviously, but this show had all the fireworks and all the spectacular moments.
No, yeah.
So, anyways, let's get down to it.
Yeah.
So, we begin with pre-show matches.
Yeah.
SoCal and Cell, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky, who defeated them boys.
The Briscoes.
Hell yeah. And
SoCal Uncensored.
that is, yeah, I don't know why I said that. But can't believe, or, how vicious the Briscoes were.
Oh yeah, man. They were a team that was just brutal, vicious, violent. They loved pure physicality. And I mean, like, you look at, like, matches they had in general were quite, hard-hitting and physical and aggressive. But then you look at, let's say, the double dog collar match they had with FTR, or I'm sure they were in some street fights and other matches. Like, yeah, they just brought it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, especially SoCal Uncensored. I mean, even with Christopher Daniels, that was probably one of the best stables rather, in TNA or even Ring of Honor. In fact, remembering when Faking Kazarian was introduced in Ring of Honor and everything like that, this was an interesting time for them as well.
Yes.
And yeah, it's kind of interesting how the Briscoe brothers didn't win this match.
Yeah. And then, of course, us. The rest of the world losing Jay just, a year ago. That was a rough one.
Yeah, especially at a young age, and
Yeah.
we were all very shocked. Obviously, in my video, it was a very, very tough loss in the wrestling world, and I mean, Mark is doing his very best to carry on with the legacy, and I think obviously doing a great job at it.
Yes.
So,
Then we go on to a 19-person over budget battle royal for the under spot for the Ring of Honor World Championship. You had Bully Ray, you got Moose, you got Brandon Cutler, Chucky T, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Cheeseburger, the Hurricane, Ethan Page, Tommy Dreamer, Jimmy Jacobs, Punishment Martinez, who is now in WWE as Damian Priest, Austin Gunn, Billy Gunn. Colton wasn't in around at this point.
Marco Stunt,
Marco Stunt, of course. Brian Cage, Jordan Grace,
yes,
who's now right now in Impact, or TNA, it's the TNA Knockouts Champion, Colt Cabana, Bully Ray, and the eventual winner of this match, Chico El Luchador, who was actually Flip Gordon.
and I mean, these guys were awesome, and future WWE stars, TNA stars.
Right.
You look at Jordan Grace and Bully Ray.
Yeah.
She definitely could hold her own with the boys.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, I know I gave Tessa Blanchard flack for holding the Impact World title, but when you really look at it, it's like, obviously it is groundbreaking. I was actually surprised that Jordan didn't hold the title herself.
No.
But yeah, we'll see Bully Ray later on in this night.
Yes.
So it was a good battle royal.
Yeah.
Flip Gordon, I don't even know where he is now unless he's like Ring of Honor you can't even watch anymore. So
Right. Yeah, I know.
well, I can't even watch.
I think Flip might be in Mexico, if I believe. I think.
Right.
Check that out later.
Now we go on to this match. The beginning of the show. And this match, I honestly forgot about. But obviously, you could see a future in this guy right here. But you have Matt Cross, who I believe wrestled in Smash,
Yes.
and forgot how fucking talented he is.
Yes, very talented.
And then, yeah, he took on Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. But anyways.
Yeah, exactly. What happened to that dude? Oh yeah, he only went on to become the longest reigning AEW World Champion.
But even in this match, like, he definitely had that heel tactic he would carry on into AEW.
Yes.
And I mean, Matt Cross, the fucking moves this guy did.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, you thought Maxwell was gonna win. I didn't even know who he was at the time.
Right.
But, fuck, this guy was amazing. And so, yeah, there was a point where Maxwell was gonna shake his hand, and then that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, really.
But Matt Cross ended up going over.
Yep.
But yeah, just to watch this match again, and to see the growth of Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yeah.
So,
To this match, you got the third member of SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels. And he took on a guy that we only ever really saw once prior to this night. He tag teamed at a SummerSlam.
Yeah.
take on Neville, and I don't remember who Neville's partner was.
Yeah.
And you know, he got the win on that night, and then probably a year or two later would make an appearance here at All In. One Stephen Amell.
And I don't know if this will make any sense, but I feel like he was the Logan Paul of this time.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't really wrestling that much.
Right.
He
yeah.
was in a few matches here and there, probably in the independents, especially here. This was a really good match too, and I think that Stephen Amell really held his own.
Oh, absolutely.
But, I mean, Christopher Daniels was the better man and won the match, but they shook hands afterwards,
Yes.
which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, both good guys and whatever. But, I mean, this was awesome. And I think that, yeah, I don't know where Stephen Amell is at this point,
Yeah.
but... Now we go on a four-corner survival match.
Uh-huh.
We've got Tessa Blanchard versus Dr. Britt Baker, who came out to I Got Something For You,
Yeah.
which was the Kingdom theme song. Obviously, not knowing it at the time, but yes, she was in fact going with Adam Cole, baby.
Right. Yes.
And then you have Chelsea Green, who had her hot mess persona with the makeup and shit,
Yeah.
versus Madison Rayne.
Yeah. And Brett, of course, is still with the company. Chelsea Green right now is in WWE. Madison still makes appearances wrestling in AEW here and there. And Tessa right now is in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. The aforementioned Tessa Blanchard
Yes.
obviously got into a lot of shit a couple years ago, but this was a really good match. Obviously, a future AEW Women's Champion really held her own in this one. Chelsea Green as well. And, I mean, here's somebody who, I mean, did a lot of great work in Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
Obviously, in other companies, including Ring of Honor. But yeah, I think now being in WWE, it would be cool if she got a World Women's title match or a WWE Women's title match.
Right.
I don't see that happening in the future. I mean, she was the Women's Tag Team Champions with Piper Niven.
Yes.
And then Madison Rayne. I never was a fan of hers. So, I mean, she did some good work with the Beautiful People.
Yes.
But, yeah, Tessa Blanchard won.
Yes, Tessa Blanchard won.
And I believe Tully was in her corner.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I do remember her coming in with Tully and Magnum together.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Of course, Magnum was in a wheelchair, but,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Of course, Tully's her dad. Magnum is, I believe, her stepdad,
Oh,
I think.
that's a...
Or father, something along those
Yes.
lines.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. Somehow.
Yeah. Then we're going to this match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Cody, not Cody Rhodes at this point, just Cody,
Yeah.
versus Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis was the NWA World Champion, like Matt said. And, you got Brandy Rhodes, Diamond Dallas Page Glacier, and Tommy Dreamer coming out with Cody. And with Nick Aldis, you got Jeff Jarrett, Sam Shaw, Sean Davari, and Tim Storm. But here's something very, very interesting. You have this match back in 2018 for the NWA World title. And then just a mere 5 years later, they're both in WWE. Cody Rhodes, still actively wrestling, and Nick Aldis right now is SmackDown's general manager.
I'm not quite sure why he's a general manager at this point, because he could still wrestle. Like, he's still built as a big shit house, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, like it's crazy how.
Like him and Adam Pearce, I should say.
Yeah, but like it's crazy how he was in TNA for a very brief time. He was paired up Leo Rush,
Yeah.
the Bad Child, and then a short time after that, didn't see Nick, and it's like, okay, what's he doing? Where's he gonna go now? Where's he gonna wrestle next? You could say. And then there was, talk of him going to WWE. He's like, okay, cool, that's fine. And then, he gets introduced by, I think, Triple H, and they say, oh yeah, the new general manager of SmackDown. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you look at this match, and once again, Cody being agile as fuck as well.
Yes.
I mean, he did a lot of moves that I don't necessarily think he does now.
No.
There was one point where he got injured on the outside. Diamond Dallas Page interfered in the ring. And I was thinking, okay, what the hell is this about? Well, as it turns out, like, I figured it out a few seconds later, but Cody was out there bleeding because he got hit.
Yeah. He got thrown into the post or something, and was going to gig, as the terminology goes.
Yeah.
And they had a thing between DDP and Sean Daivari, and Daivari getting a diamond cutter from Page. So that was all just to give Cody time to gig,
Yeah.
because he'd never done it before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But this match was awesome. It was basically the match of the night.
Yeah, you could say that.
I mean, you look at the lineage of the NWA World title, and obviously Dusty held on to that belt.
3 times.
So how apropos is it that Cody had beaten Nick Aldis to hold on to the title?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't for very long.
Yeah.
But, to have that moment of Cody winning the NWA title, his dad having won the title, I believe the only father-son duo in history to ever hold that prestigious championship.
Yeah, I believe so. And then you have Cody wanting to go after the WWF title.
Yeah.
Because his dad basically didn't win the title. He won the match by countout. So it hasn't happened yet, but we'll see what happens at WrestleMania in a few weeks.
Oh, yes, sir.
But look at the people in the corners, like Diamond Dallas Page, who looks still damn good at 67.
Yeah.
Fucking, well, Glacier, don't really hear from too much anymore.
Yeah.
You got Tommy Dreamer and the Polka Dots.
Yeah.
And then in Nick Aldis' corner, Jeff Jarrett, still wrestling for AEW.
Yes.
You got Sam Shaw, Dexter Lumis.
Yes.
You got fucking Sean Daivari. Now, Sean Daivari doesn't necessarily wrestle no more,
Right.
but I believe he's an agent
I believe so,
at
yes.
WWE.
Yeah.
And his brother, I'm not quite sure where Aria is
Yeah.
at this point. And then, of course, Tim Storm, who obviously must be retired at this point.
Yeah, like he was wrestling for NWA. He was, I seen him on like clips of NWA Power and whatever. He may have retired. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I haven't really seen anything about him in a while. Mr. Storm.
Shit, yeah. Now we have the Chicago Street Fight. Hangman Adam Page versus Joey Janela. Penelope Ford in his corner.
Yes.
Yeah, she definitely interfered in this match.
Yeah.
But
Like, I've seen matches of Penelope Ford, and, you know, she's a very talented wrestler, but holy fuck, in this match that she got involved in,
yeah.
she ever athletic.
Oh god.
Freaking doing backflips, pulling a matrix move like Trish Stratus used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
At one point, they're on the outside, and, you know, there's some barrels on the outside. There's a Cracker Barrel on the outside. Hangman took one of them, put it on his side, and rolled it towards Joey Janela, and of course Joey jumped over it like it's freaking Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Near the end of the match, you have the ladder. It's set up in the ring, and believe it was Joey that got knocked off.
You got Hangman giving Joey a dead eye
Yes.
off the ladder through a table.
Yeah. But, yeah, Hangman and Page ended up winning this match. Again, here's a guy that was a very good wrestler in Ring of Honor for years
Yes.
at this point.
Yes.
You know, a member of the Bullet Club. And I mean, yeah, there was a point where I thought he would end up in WWE, but obviously that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And then, of course, 2019, AEW was born.
Yep.
So, they have a match for the Ring of Honor World Title. We've got Jay Lethal dressed up as Black Machismo with Leaping Lanny Poffo taking on Flip Gordon with Brandy Rhodes dressed up as a Navy person, I guess.
Well, Flip, I believe, served in as a Marine, I believe, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
that's right, yeah. So,
And for some weird reason, they had Jay Lethal have this, like, dual personality complex where, like, you touch one shoulder, he'd be himself. You touch the other shoulder, he'd turn into, like, the Black Machismo alter ego, if you will.
oh yeah, he thought that Brandy was Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Had her on his shoulder, and
Yeah.
just, yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah, this was a good match, but, and yeah, you know what, you look at Flip Gordon, and again, another one of those wrestlers that obviously you forget how good he is,
Yeah.
but Jay won, retaining the Ring of Honor title,
Yeah.
but again, and I think that was the first time. Well, no, I mean, he always had the Macho Man outfit when he was Black Machismo.
Yes.
But it was the first time I remember seeing him with the tassels, and he had
Yeah,
the,
he had
the cowboy hat or whatever.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking cool. And to have Lanny in his corner.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. After the match, you got Bully come out
Oh,
and go
God.
attack Jay and Flip.
Now, I don't really know what came out of that, but I mean, it was still Ring of Honor time. I know that there's a storyline where Bully got concussed
Right.
or something, and then he came out, and he's talking like this for some reason.
Right.
But then that obviously didn't last too long.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
You even had Colt Cabana come out and somebody else, like all three of them, powerbombed Bully through a table.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was a very good match. And obviously, Jay Lethal is in AEW with Sanjay Dutt
Yes.
and Jeff Jarrett. So, I'm glad he's still active. I don't think he will tire anytime soon.
Jane, no, not likely.
So,
And you go on to this match. This was a really good match. High flying and all that stuff. The Cleaner, Kenny Omega versus Penta Alzado. Not Alzado Miedo, just Alzado.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good match. I mean, both these guys beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
You have Kenny Omega wrestling in New Japan. He also had a good stint in Ring of Honor.
Right.
Obviously, Penta being a guy who wrestled in AAA and other Mexican promotions. He was in TNA as well.
Yes.
But yeah, the high flying moves that these people did.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of close calls as well with their finishers.
Yeah.
But Kenny Omega ended up getting the win.
Yes.
So,
Then you go on to this was another really good match. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, taking on the villain, Marty Skrull.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were talking about Marty a long time ago.
Yes.
And I found him on Instagram, so I followed him. But,
Yeah.
I mean, here's a guy that I think Pete Dunne had to have idolized.
Oh, more than likely, probably.
I mean, this guy fucking manipulated Kazuchika's joints. I don't fucking...
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Snapping the fingers and all this other stuff.
And he thought, Kazuchika was gonna beat Marty, but, Marty brought up the umbrella, which
Yeah.
I completely forgot about as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Okada ended up going over in this match, too,
Yes.
despite having his bones broken, but, yeah. Also made his impact on AEW
Right.
debut, I should say,
Yes.
joining the Young Bucks. So, I mean, we'll see how far that goes. Marty, I'm sure, is doing independence.
I believe so, yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, I honestly don't think he retired, but I still want to see that dream match with Pete Dunne. So,
You're really. Speaking of the Young Bucks,
here we have the Golden Elite, the main event, versus Bandito, Rey Fenix, and Rey Mysterio,
yeah,
dressed as Wolverine.
yeah, we got Kota Ibushi and Matt and Nick versus, of course, Bandito, Rey Fenix, of course, being the brother of Penta,
Yes.
and of course Rey Mysterio. And I was thinking while we were watching this, I believe this was around the time, I'm pretty sure not long after Rey was in Mexico, and he had that match against Perro Aguirre Jr. And,
I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, that was when Perro passed
yes.
in the ring. I'm not quite sure if it was 2018, but I will look it up.
Right.
I will say, speaking of Rey Fenix, that at the end of the match with Kenny Omega and Penta, the lights went out. And there comes the lights back on with
Kenny beat Penta, and then, there's Penta laying in the ring, lights go out. Lights come back on, and there's Penta standing behind. Kenny's like, wait, what the hell? And then Penta starts kicking the shit out of Omega's like, okay, this doesn't seem right. Penta just took the one-winged angel from Kenny, and now he's kicking the shit out of Kenny. And then there's one particular move that you go, oh shit, that's not Penta at all. And he takes off the mask, and of course it was Jericho.
I mean, Kenny and Chris go way back to when Chris first went to New Japan. They had their match
Yes.
for the Intercontinental title of New Japan.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe it was.
I remember it. Okay, it could have been. I thought it was just a straight up match.
They did have one match, I believe. Just a straight up match, and then there was another one. The Intercontinental title, I have to look that up again, but
Right, yeah.
their feud continued, obviously, after that match.
Yeah.
But in the main event, like, yeah, this was an awesome, like, Matt and Nick super kick party.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Rey Mysterio, even. What a good guy, always has a lot of characters
Oh, yeah.
in major pay-per-views. Like, Wolverine was just awesome just to see that.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, during Ray's time in the WWE, for WrestleMania, he would always dress up like, whatever movie was, number one in the box offices or, a big seller or whatever that year. Like, there was one year he dressed up like an Avatar character.
Yes. There was the Joker,
There was the Joker.
Gene Simmons,
Yeah.
the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, always good to see him dress up like that. Of course, Kota Ibushi,
Yes.
a very odd wrestler of New Japan, did a stint the year before in WWE for the Cruiserweight Classics, and unfortunately that didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, still a good wrestler, and I mean, he did do some work in AEW recently.
Yes.
And so I'm not sure when he's planning on coming back, when he's gonna reunite with Kenny again, but
Yeah. Well, with what they've got going on right now with Okada and the Young Bucks, I'm sure at some point, we'll have Kenny return, and then maybe Ibushi and, somebody else will get involved, and there'll be like a sex man, maybe.
yeah, that'd be interesting.
Maybe like Omega, Ibushi, and I don't know, Hangman perhaps.
Yeah. But, yeah, speaking of super kick parties, obviously the Golden Elite won the match,
Yeah.
so, I mean, this was basically a precursor to what was to come, which was
Yeah.
All Elite Wrestling. And I can't imagine what would have happened if this show in particular would have failed.
Yeah. All Elite Wrestling may not even have been a thing.
No. I mean, Ring of Honor would still be around, but,
Yeah.
you have future stars like MJF,
Uh-huh.
Britt Baker.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks, so obviously the Young Bucks were still wrestling in Ring of Honor. Kenny Omega,
Yeah.
Jay Lethal. I mean, the list goes on, and I think, you have to give credit where credit is due with Cody Rhodes and Matt and Nick Jackson and Kenny Omega.
See, here's the thing about this night, okay? You had really well established names on this show. Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky was more on the newer side of things. Flip Gordon, fairly popular. Bully Ray, Matt Cross, Stephen Amell, we know from acting in that. Chelsea Green, Madison Rain, Cody, Nick Aldis, Jay Lethal, you could say, Okada, Rey Mysterio, of course. But then you got the newer crop of talent, your Maxwell Jacob Friedmans, your Britt Bakers, your, Tessa Blanchards,
Yeah.
your Ray Phoenixes, your pentas, your banditos, unless you watched New Japan, you'd be familiar with, Omega, Okada, Ibushi, Young Bucks, and, so on and so forth. So you had a really good mix of well-established talent, as well as, the newer and experienced talent. Talent that, were very popular, let's say, on the independent scenes, but, really not that well known to a much wider audience. Like, I remember Britt Baker talking about how it took her quite a bit to find her footing and, really, truly get into the Dr. Britt Baker character, if you will.
Yes.
The dentist and, whatever. And really find herself and find her character and a personality and, be comfortable speaking and whatever. And, fuck, look where she is now.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't necessarily seen her in a while. I don't know if she's injured or not.
I don't think so. Like, I've followed Britt on Instagram, and, she's been up to stuff, but I haven't seen her on TV for a few months.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury. And this is the last installment of Look Back at Year Series 2008. Now, I picked this one because this was an interesting year for me personally, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, as always, I'm going to turn it on to my man Killer Kyle for our next year, installment for Look Back at Year Series.
Yeah. Okay, how about then 2003?
Okay. Yeah, 2003. Again, not a very good year. Well, WWE-wise, but we will...
Yeah.
I'll look for some things that we will definitely talk about, but... Yeah, so... That being said, 2003, it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean... Yeah, we'll see. But until then, we have WrestleMania, we've got Stand and Deliver, Rebellion, Dynasty.
Yeah, Supercard of Honor.
Yes.
So, April's quite jam-packed.
Shit. So, with that being said, I mean, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. I don't even know how to end this. There's so many good things to end with, but I can't.
Yeah. Until the next one, we'll see you later.
Deuces.
Peace.
We're